full disclosure
You
show.
sound like a pro. I just put the headphones on. You sound like a pro.
I'm just trying to get some energy, man.
There you go.
We have our special guest in the building today. Cowboy Joe is riding with us again today, so I definitely want to make sure we shout him out. Again, if Cowboys win this week, he will have a Twitter up by the end of tomorrow.
He
will
might
have
get
Twitter
more
up.
followers than you.
He might, but and I'm okay with that because somebody already said that they like him. So, real quick, breaking news: NFL. The Buffalo Bills, sources say, are going to hire Rex Ryan. Sexy Rexy.
Rexy going to Buffalo.
Sexy
Word.
Rexy.
Good for Rexy.
I'm happy for Rexy too,
I am
man.
too, man.
I'm a big fan of Rex Ryan.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't realize it was going to be that much interest in him. I was way off.
Really?
On this. Yeah. I don't think he's a great.
Why?
I think he's a great defensive mind. I don't know if he's a great.
But that's why you get a great coordinator, offensive guy.
Okay, so
That's
I was
you
off.
Get that.
Unlike you, I can admit when I'm wrong.
Well, I'm just not wrong often, so I don't have to do it often.
Hey, you know. I didn't get it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if this dude ever get another.
Yeah, I thought he was actually going to go to Atlanta too. But that's
I
good.
would have probably gone to Atlanta if I'm him.
But I think Sewell made a comment a couple weeks ago, and I said, wow, I mean, in terms of the persona and everything, Oakland.
He should have went
See
to
him
I
going to
can-
Oakland,
I can definitely see,
They
but-
had nothing there though. Nothing.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Right when you got nothing,
But
anything you do is a win.
It's a plus, right?
here's where I have issues with him going to the Bills. And honestly, I just saw this right before we started.
They coming for the Jets, believe
Right.
me.
I believe that, and I get it. Coming back in the division, I understand that part of it. And you know what's crazy? The Jets may hire the Buffalo Bills head coach. He's in the running to have that Jet.
That's right, because he was with New York.
That would be weird for them to
Right.
flop head coaches.
Right.
But here's the problem why I have with Rex going to Buffalo. He's in the same situation he was in New York with no quarterback. He has E.J. Manuel there. He had Geno Smith, right? E.J. Manuel was a first-round pick, was probably a very high first-round pick if I
No, he was
remember.
low.
He was low first
Yeah,
round?
he was-
Okay.
He was towards the end.
And
Did
Geno-
Orton leave? Kyle Orton?
Yes, he retired.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he
Okay.
retired. And Geno was a second-round pick, high second-round pick. Why would you put yourself basically back in the same situation? And you still got Atlanta on the table?
Well, because with him, and that's the reason why I said I think he's a great defensive guy. His whole mindset is defense. So
Agreed.
he's not a guy who will evolve. He don't care about offense, so it doesn't matter. I wasn't shocked when I heard that, and I heard that on the way up here.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't shocked when I heard it. I was just like, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think Rex cares about offense. He thinks defense solely can win. And so there was a comment that was made that he hasn't developed one offensive guy.
Oh, offensive guy. Wow.
Period. Offensive guy. But you just said, wow, they drafted and this guy became a running back, anything. Not one offensive skill position guy has he developed. So, but that's his mindset. And his pops is Buddy Ryan.
Right.
And Buddy Ryan was a defensive dude like that. So
His brother's a defensive guy.
that's where he is. And that's his mindset. And he's, it's scary when and we've talked about this over the last couple of weeks. We talked about it in the NBA, about the triangle. When I said, for me, I'm going to put a system in that works for the talent that I have. It's difficult if you just have a system and then you don't have the parts that can work your system. You're not going to you have no chance of success.
Just means you have to get the parts, which is what Phil Jackson's doing in New York, and we'll get to that a little later.
Yeah. So,
But-
so all that to say, I'm not shocked that he took that Buffalo job.
I absolutely go to Atlanta if it's offered to me, and I don't know if they offered it, and maybe Buffalo was the first ones to offer it, and he just jumped on it and said, "I'm not gonna wait." So maybe that was the case.
The car kid is in Oakland it looks like he's going to be okay.
He looks like he's gonna be okay.
At minimum, he's going to be okay.
That franchise is just not a winning franchise
But
at all.
it's so him though.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
It so fits everything he is,
I don't disagree.
and that fan base will get crazy behind Rex.
Oh, for sure they would.
Yeah, so
But-
I that was my dark horse
What's
thing.
him
I said he's
there?
going to Oakland.
Well,
But I thought Atlanta was number 2. Buffalo, I never even thought that.
Yeah.
I was way off on this whole situation.
Well, the last or the fun piece of it is now he will be in that same division and get a chance to kick on the Jets. But I don't think he had ill wills with Woody Johnson. I think Woody Johnson liked him, the owner of the Jets. I think he really liked him, and they got rid of John Idzik as well. So it won't even really matter, I guess, at the end of the day. So, but that's just some news that's out there. Obviously, you knew about it before I did. I'm talking about his breaking news, but it's all good.
I was listening to New York radio on the way up here. So.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a station. But
ESPN radio.
Oh, ESPN radio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, New York radio.
I got you now.
I'm a national radio guy. You're a local dude.
Yeah, I am. Because that's what matters. Let's get into these games from yesterday. We had 2 divisional round games yesterday, playoff games. We'll start with the first game, the Ravens versus the New England Patriots. The Baltimore Ravens went into Foxborough to play the Patriots. Everything going in, Joe Flacco was 2-1 against Tom Brady in the playoffs and all this other stuff. And the Ravens looked great last week against the Steelers. At least their pass rush did. And Joe Flacco is, what they call him, something. He got some nickname for the playoffs or whatever. Joe Cool is what they call him. Yes, yeah, all kind of nonsense they got.
Because Joe Cool is Joe Montana. Slow down.
Oh, my bad. Listen, I don't know.
All right.
And you know what? He looked like Joe Cool first 2 drives.
He did.
He came out and they were on a roll immediately. Patriots were really back on their heels. They were down 14-0 before they realized it. But then Tom Brady started throwing his little dink and dunks, and they were getting to him defensively. They were hitting him in the first half. So 14-14 at one point, and the Ravens lost the ball. I think they fumbled it, or they didn't score at the end of the first half. I forget. And Tom Brady got the ball back, but then he threw a bad pick, which nobody's going to talk about because they won, so nobody's going to care about that pick. But it was a horrible pass looking for Gronkowski down the seam, and it changed Uncle Mo, the momentum, as you call it, in the first half, and the Ravens went down and scored again. Darrelle Revis got caught with 2 or 3 penalties yesterday, and he only had 4 all season, which is weird to me. I don't know how that's possible. That to me, that's just not even possible. That's reputation alone.
I think he had 2 all season.
Right. That's just not even possible. That's reputation alone, right? Because there's no way you can tell me you just never get beat ever, and you never touch guys. You can't make me believe it. But that's neither here nor there. And I like Darrelle Revis like a lot, but you just can't make me believe it that's the case because some talented offensive guys. So the halftime score ended up being 21-14. Here's where my problem came in. Baltimore ended up going up again 2 scores. They ended up going 28-14. They went to a zone, that prevent nonsense, and I believe this is where it cost them the game. Because
I'm totally with you.
Because all of a sudden now Tom Brady is not getting any pressure because he's doing 3-step drops and they're finding open holes in the zone, and he's able to move the ball, and they couldn't stop him. And they got no pressure on him in the second half, and I think that was the reason they won the game. Completely.
Yeah, in my opinion, you're absolutely right. If it's working for you, go with it. And the prevent is always, and this is why it's tough for me to look at stats as a whole, because when teams are down and they're throwing the ball all the time, and the other team's not playing the same way they played. So when you're trying to assess somebody, you have to assess them at the point where the game was still competitive or the game was still in the balance. And they went to the prevent defense, like you said, and absolutely changed the complexion of the game. And then momentum, and I'm a momentum guy, so I believe in, Foxborough was so quiet at one point. After those first, when it was 14-0, you could have heard a pin drop on the TV. That's how quiet it was up there. Once, when it became 14-7, then the crowd kind of got back into it. Then when they went up 14 again, they got quiet again. So I always factor those things in when I'm talking about momentum. So momentum is the crowd. And I think that if you like playing on the road, I hope you do, like playing in enemy territory. But if you're home and your crowd doing that, it's gonna give you something extra.
Oh, for sure.
So I thought that it was bad strategically by Harbaugh, which that Harbaugh I love. I love both Harbaughs.
Right.
I like him a lot.
Right.
He's tight. I think they went further than they should have went. I don't think they have any talent over there. I don't know what talent they got. They pulled the running back off the street.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Justin Forsett.
Right. He's off the street. Steve Smith, our age. Really? So, I mean, so for them to bow out, like, it's not a disappointment. They were 6th seed. They barely got in. So they could have won those back. They had the game.
So that was one of the keys.
Yeah.
The next key that I saw was tight end. The score was 28-28, I think is what it was.
And he dropped the touchdown.
And he dropped the touchdown.
That was it.
And you have to score touchdowns against the Patriots, right? You can't just come in and kick field goals. It's the same problem I had with the Jets year after year after year when they played against the Patriots. They always played to get touchdowns and not to actually win the game. And that's the difference.
Field goals.
Right, I'm sorry, field goals. And that's the difference as to why if I go back and look at the Jet-Patriot games, they're usually within 3-4 points all the time.
Right.
And it's because the Patriots kick a field goal late or get a touchdown late and win. And you can't play to win that way. And so that happened. Was the second key. And then the other key was the pass from Edelman to Danny Amendola for the touchdown.
Right.
So basically the Patriots pulled out some trickery. They threw a backwards pass and then
no pun intended, some tomfoolery.
See what I did with that.
Okay, great.
And the other thing they did, and I missed this throughout the telecast as I was getting dressed at that point because I went out last night, but they were doing some deception where they were bringing in 6 offensive players to be eligible and saying one of them was not. And usually the number is going to be a smaller number. And they weren't giving the Ravens a chance to adjust to who was eligible. And the referees are supposed to take care of that. So they messed up. And that's why the Patriots got a couple of seam passes wide open with guys because of this. And you heard Tom Brady's response?
Well, no, I didn't.
They need to study the rule book just like everybody else because we knew it, quote unquote. Now, I had issue with that.
Why?
I absolutely had issue with that because he's the All-American guy. I had issue with that. I also had issue with the fact that Tom Brady was up in the referee's face yesterday screaming and yelling.
Right.
It wasn't so much that he was screaming and yelling. It was so much of the fear that I saw in the referee's face.
Absolutely.
So you saw it too.
Absolutely. Well, that dude just kind of acquiesced to what he
and he's a big time referee. Like this dude has been around a minute. Like I've seen him a long time, but that is what bothered me more than anything was the fact that he really had some fear in his face to like.
And it was crazy because that play when you watch the replay,
right?
Brady was the one that pushed the guy.
Absolutely.
And then the guy just stood over him.
Absolutely.
And then he got an attitude because what?
Right. The
Yeah,
guy
so
pushed back.
Right.
I mean,
I'm with you.
It is what it is. And then Brady fell again, but that was his own man and the referee. Had nothing to do with the guy at that point. So that kind of bothered me.
And even the telecast with it was Collinsworth, I think.
Oh my God.
Oh, did you see the knee? Did you see the knee?
Yeah. Listen,
wait. You just totally ignored what happened before that?
Listen.
So yeah, I'm with you on that.
I can't stand Chris Collinsworth, man. I really don't. I hate to say this because I don't know Chris Collinsworth from a can of paint, but I cannot stand listening to him on telecast.
Really?
I really just don't understand why he's there.
Wow.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, if we could remove football from NBC, I would absolutely do it.
Okay.
Football is only good on Fox, CBS, and ESPN.
You don't like Al Michaels?
Al Michaels is okay. I don't have a problem with Al Michaels. But just remove the telecast. The telecast is different on NBC. I just don't like it. I don't like Tony Dungy and
it's more conservative. And don't you dare speak bad about my.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything bad about Tony Dungy.
Don't even mention his name.
Who?
Don't mention his name.
Rodney Harrison.
If you first off, why I'm telling you, don't mention his name.
Is that
and
I don't know if
trying
you were
to
talking
find
about
out
him or the other dude. The guy who
the other dude. Don't mention his name.
I don't even know what his name is.
Good.
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
don't mention his name. Don't mention his name. Turn his mic off. Don't mention his name.
God. You know what? He's so bad that I don't even pay him any attention. That's how bad he is. You told me not to mention his name, so I'm not gonna mention his name. But former ESPN guy, he's so bad that I don't pay him any attention.
Mo, slow
at
down.
all.
Mo, slow down. Slow down.
He really is that bad, Sewell.
I must be bad too because I'm studying his style.
Why?
Okay, then I'm bad too.
Why?
I'm bad. You know what? Is this on the agenda?
Why? No, it's not.
2015. I'm about focus.
Not by studying that guy's style. Oh my God! But anyway, the Patriots won. 35-31, obviously. They came down and they did what they needed to do, and they won. I can't stand the Patriots, but I respect them.
Okay, so let me ask you, and I'm glad we talked about this, and we're coming up soon.
We got about 2 or 3 minutes.
Tom Brady, though, and I think some of his stuff is some of his antics are a little, what word would I use? I would probably say premeditated.
Really?
Yeah, like I think some of the yelling is just like, and some of the looks and some of the stuff, it doesn't
playing
seem
to the camera,
authentic.
you think?
Or even if he's playing to his team, I think it's psychological. I don't know how crazy it is. Some of it just doesn't look authentic.
Gotcha.
Right? So he's an absolute competitor, though. I'll say that.
Great player.
Do you have more respect for the guy than you had in the past? Like,
I have respect for him. I just
no,
don't
I'm
think
just
he's
saying.
better than Manning.
No, I'm just saying. But, like, do you think he's greater than what you would have thought he was maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago? Because with him, this is what I say with him. And we've talked about, I think he's better than Manning. You think Manning's better than him, and that's fine. But I think what he accomplishes with what he has and where he plays, not playing in now Manning's playing in not in a climate controlled situation.
He's also 37 years old, so let's not even go there.
Well, what's
Let's
the
not
age?
even go there.
What's the age difference between those two guys? A year?
It's probably more than that. I
that's
said
about a
37.
year.
Manning is probably 38, probably, if I remember correctly.
Okay, listen. They won their first Super Bowl in 2000.
And he
so he
off
came
a
out at
bad
22.
neck.
It's 2015. Brady's got to be 37.
And he's coming off a bad neck injury.
No problem. I'm saying Brady's got to be 37 though. So they're close to the same age. Let's not act like I'm talking about Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning. What?
Thank you. Because this love fest that we got going on with Tom Brady right now, really?
I just asked you if you have more respect for him
than
you had before.
I don't have a problem with Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady is a great player. I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, he's a great player. He is.
Coming up next.
What else you want me to say? I'm not going to have a love fest for him.
No matter what he does.
Yeah, he's just not a guy that I'm going to have a love fest for.
Coming up next. Most emotional moment. The Cowboys next?
No, we got to talk about the Carolina Seahawks game.
Oh, God. He's going to jump on Cam. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Welcome back. 40 minutes after
Please
hour.
leave
Back
these
to the
microphones
info-
on the next break.
We're back to the
Please
info.
leave these microphones on the
Back
next
to
break.
the info disclosure show. I won't have nothing to say. Again, we're back today. It's a Cowboy Sunday. We have our special guest in the building, Mr. Cowboy Joe. He'll talk a little bit later today.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
He'll speak a little bit later today.
Okay, great.
Before we went into the break, we were talking about the Patriots. They're back into the championship game, the AFC championship game for the 4th year in a row. Great accomplishment. Seen it done before, but great accomplishment by them. They're going to host the winner of today's Indianapolis Colts, Denver Broncos matchup. So potentially we could see Peyton, Brady, number 10, whatever that number is. It's crazy how that works itself out.
And we know who usually wins that.
Yeah, well, good thing this is why they play them on the game and why they continue to play them year after year. But the Patriots, the Broncos have to handle their business today, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. Let's get into the second game of yesterday, and I did not get a chance to see much of this game at all. So the Seahawks hosted the Carolina Panthers. I'm really glad I didn't watch any of this game. Now, you did, and you gave me a different perspective than what I saw on the highlights. I'm glad I didn't watch it because I gave Carolina no chance to win at all, 0. And to my surprise or non-surprise, it came to fruition. Cam Newton did what Cam Newton does, turn the ball over, not being accurate. They ended up losing 31-17, if I remember correctly. Maybe you can give me some more insight on what you saw yesterday in that game. Tell me how Cam played. Tell me how Russell Wilson played. If there's a difference.
I didn't think Cam didn't play well from what I saw. And again, shout out to Mommy and them because that was in the midst of hanging out at the crib, so I wasn't in full analyst mode while I was watching the game. But I think that, and I gave my prediction and I was wrong clearly. I thought Seattle would be 10-6, and I guess they were 12-4.
12-4.
So I don't think that they're as good as advertised.
Even playing right now, you don't think so?
Even like minus the turnovers, Carolina, and bad turnovers, not like great defensive plays.
Okay.
So I'll give you the credit on where I saw Cam going left, where he made bad decisions. And I don't know if a team makes you make a bad decision. If you get a turnover because you made a great play or a great scheme or whatever, I get that. But his carelessness to have turnovers, if you inserted a guy who wasn't, and I'll say an Alex Smith type. If I put Alex Smith in that game, it's not 31-17. I'm not saying Seattle doesn't win.
But it's a closer game.
It's a closer game than that. So for me, Carolina on the other side of the ball was every bit of what Seattle is,
Okay.
in my opinion. But they were behind the
Defensively.
8-ball. There were turnovers in the positive side of the field for them. So they were pinned against the wall.
Right.
So that's why when I look at Seattle and I go, like, if you guys win today, I wouldn't say Seattle's just going to necessarily catch y'all. The question would be, would Tony Romo make mistakes or not? Somebody else makes mistakes to make them win. So they play more mistake-free football.
Right.
And they make you lose it. Not necessarily that they're better than you, or they would only be better than you based on a discipline standpoint.
Right.
Other than that, talent-wise, I didn't see anything special. Even the first touchdown, I remember seeing the first touchdown. Like, Russell Wilson threw this ball up in the air that was like probably one of the worst passes in the history of passes. Dude caught it. He was open. He caught it, whatever. But I was just like, that don't even look like an NFL throw.
Right.
But I'm not knocking a dude like that. I just don't think he's where people try to put him because of the success he had. So I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback or I don't know if he's a top 10 quarterback. If I just said, Russell, go win this game on your arm, I don't know if he can do
Could
that.
he do it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to run through some stats that actually support what you just said. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the box score. Carolina beat them in number of first downs. Carolina had more plays, 16 more plays than them, in fact, which is crazy to me. There was only a 18-yard difference between the two, but Russell Wilson did win that stat. Rushing, Carolina had 132 yards to 100. The difference in the game is right here. Turnovers, 3-0.
Yeah.
So it completely supports everything that you just said.
That's
3-0.
right. When I'm watching the game, I'm just going, oh my God. If I'm a Cam teammate right now, obviously I'm gonna support my teammate, but I know
You're not looking to run him out of town? Because I probably would be.
Nah, I'm probably not.
Where can I get Jay Cutler at? Can we make this trade?
We up against a break?
Can we make this trade?
That guy who's got as many turnovers as Cam does.
Can we make this trade?
We got the same amount of turnovers over here. You serious?
Yeah, I'm actually serious.
Because you just like dude.
Well, I do like dude, and I'm just not a Cam guy. I will say this: Cam has all of the physical.
Same thing I would say about Jay Cutler.
Okay, he has all the physical tools at his disposal.
The same thing I would say about Jay Cutler.
I just don't believe he throws the ball very well.
I
think
he throws the ball well. I think his decision making, and that's what I said. Like, I look at not just the talent. I think Jay Cutler's got ridiculous talent, but it's the mental aspect of the game. So, what decision are you gonna make? Are you gonna go for the home run, or are you okay with this 5-yard pass? And that's just the difference. So, Russell Wilson will throw the 3-yard pass and just be safe with it. And where we'll be like, oh, all he does is dink and dunk, but he makes better decisions. Talent-wise, it's not a conversation. If I just took the raw talent, if I put those two in a combine, it wouldn't even be a conversation. Cam would be the dude, but his mental approach, and you always say this. You've said this before.
Uh-oh, he's using something against me. I said, Steve. Uh-oh.
Who he got over there?
Oh, let's not go there because they did win a playoff game.
Okay. So first off, don't do that. Once you win, then you must have somebody. Who's he got over there?
Jonathan Stewart.
Benjamin. Wait, Benjamin's the Florida State kid?
Yeah, Benjamin.
And this is first year, second year? First
year. Jericho Cotchery, man.
Okay, that's what he got?
Listen, he was doing this without these when he had Steve Smith, too.
Steve, this is what I'm going to do. If he had Dez, what would the difference have been?
Him and Dez probably wouldn't get along.
Okay, what
because he wouldn't be able to get the ball to Dez. That would be the problem, and Dez would be pissed.
Okay, whatever. You don't understand what I'm saying.
I'm trying not to go down that path.
I feel you. I know you are. Exactly.
Let me say this about Russell Wilson. I'm not the biggest Russell Wilson fan. However, he's perfect for that team, for what they want to do. And yes, I don't think that he could beat Cam in a physical combine contest. No, I do not think he could. However, I do agree with you that he probably is the smarter quarterback when it comes to decision making. And I think he's more accurate too. I truly believe he's a more accurate quarterback than Cam Newton.
That's why I said, if you watch the game, I
watched Cam last week, and I know what I saw, and it was bad.
But I've watched Russell Wilson be bad.
Not this bad.
I absolutely watched him be bad. Not as bad as yesterday, but I've watched him be bad.
Cam gets his notoriety because of his legs. I mean,
that's just run that much.
Well, now he doesn't, but that's where he got it. That's where all of that notoriety came from.
No, he threw for 4,000 yards his rookie year.
Listen.
He had the most yards of any rookie quarterback ever.
I get it. His notoriety came because of his legs.
So you just ignored that.
I didn't ignore anything.
Your boy Peyton Manning broke that record. Okay, great.
Here we go. Let's leave Peyton out of this.
All right.
Question: Marshawn Lynch, and this is just kind of going forward. Do the Seahawks pay him?
They should.
You would pay him? He's old.
Pay him what though?
Well, I'm sure he's looking for big dollars. The market value for a top running back.
It depends on what he needed, what he was at. I mean, I'm not paying him double-digit millions.
So are you paying him DeMarco Murray money? And
probably not.
Well, that's what he's going to be looking for.
Okay,
and is he worth it? Say they win the Super Bowl again. Do you pay him?
How long is the contract?
3-4 years.
I'm not paying him for 4 years. Would I pay him for 2 years? Probably.
He's probably not going to take a 2-year deal, though.
That's all I pay him for, because I understand that
3
years from now, it's going to be an issue. And it might be an issue in the second year, but he's a difference maker.
The other thing about him, and I don't know if we talked about this, him in his interviews and his one-word responses. How you feel about that?
Who cares? I'm okay with it. I really am.
So if every one of your players was doing that in the interviews, you'd be okay with that?
Probably I probably wouldn't expect my quarterback to do that, but anybody else.
So you're gonna treat your quarterback different?
I expect more from my quarterback. That's probably why he gets the most money.
You expect more from your quarterback?
That's why he gets the most money 9 times out of 10. He's
Okay.
he's the CEO.
Okay. That's fair.
Now, I got my right guard. I'm expecting him to do what? Nah. Yeah, the CEO dude, probably my quarterback and probably my middle linebacker. They the CEOs of both sides of the ball.
Right.
So, other than that, the rest of these dudes, whatever they do, they do.
All right. Well, Seattle won. They're going to host the championship game in the NFC against the winner of today's Green Bay-Dallas game, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works itself out. They're going to be playing against another 12-4 team, whether it's the Cowboys or whether it's Green Bay next week. And I still don't necessarily like the fact that they got the number 1 overall seed, Seattle, but they got it. However, it worked itself out. So tough place to play. And it's going to be interesting to see if a team can go in there and beat them.
I really think, and I'm not just trying to throw shade on your Cowboys.
It's okay.
I think this is Aaron Rodgers' year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that it's so crazy. I think that this is the year that everybody's pretty clear on the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to have a conversation about Drew Brees now. Is he still in this top 4 or not? And he probably is. But he's 4. He's 4, right?
Well, who else is in the top 4?
Well, we'll say Peyton. We'll say
Manning.
Brady. We'll say Rodgers.
I don't even know if Peyton's in the top 4 anymore.
Okay, so that conversation with those 2 dudes, our top 2 dudes, do we have a conversation about that?
No, it's absolutely
Brady and Rodgers, right?
Rodgers is 1. I don't even think there's even a conversation.
Right. But I think that, for this year, and for maybe the last couple of years, maybe, but I think that he wins another chip, this conversation about, you think Manning is better than them overall.
Yeah, overall career-wise,
Right.
yeah.
So I think Rodgers takes the next step this year. I love his demeanor. I love his I just love his quiet swag. I just like everything about him. I think this is the year for him to do whatever he's gonna do. I'm not saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I think they're going though.
Really?
Yeah. I definitely think they're going. And I think we'll get to your Cowboys, so I'm gonna give Romo a lot of credit.
We can just go ahead and start because we can just go ahead and get right into it.
I think Romo right now, like this right here, will make Romo. I think you guys will be relevant as far as you think y'all America's team.
We
whatever.
are America's team.
Okay.
There's no thinking about it.
I think you guys will be relevant in pure football standings for the next couple of years now, because I think Romo has taken a step. I really do. I think he's taken a step. Like, and you can see his. And I had this conversation last night at Mommy's house. I was talking to a guy. We were talking about Johnny Manziel and what you want from your quarterback. Like, I want my quarterback. We wound up talking about Kaepernick, my quarterback. I want my quarterback to be married with kids and go home. Like Manziel, I'm a millionaire. I'm in the streets. The same thing me and you would do at 22.
Right.
I don't want that from my quarterback because it just seems, and I said it last week, those boring dudes that just go home and study all day and whatever. It's not something that I would do, and that's probably why I'm not a quarterback in the NFL, because you gave me $1 million at 22. Who knows what I'd be doing? I want my guys to be that kind of focused. And Rodgers was probably an outlier because he's still a single dude, but you don't hear about him wilding. Now, he might be on a Derek Jeter thing. Who knows? But you don't hear about none of his exploits besides his girlfriend now,
Right.
who happens to be a star. So
Right.
that's why you hear about it. I'd like my quarterback to be a grounded dude. And Tony Romo, to me, you can see it. Hat backwards, hat forward now. When he was young, and I'm just saying, it's just, I'm just saying, it's just growth. It's
That
the growth.
surprises me that something like that would even, for you, it surprised me that something like that would mean something.
I was rooting for Cam so he could buck the theory. So that was why I was like, yeah, I want them to win so he could just buck that.
Theory
buck
of
that.
what?
My theory of that quarterback has to be that grounded dude. Like, which one of these dudes win outside of Joe Namath? I don't know which one of these wild boy quarterbacks.
Ben Roethlisberger, right? He got 2 rings.
Ben not married yet?
Well, he's married now, but he got his 2 rings before he got married.
Okay,
though.
so Ben, it's more of an anomaly than the norm.
Okay,
that's all. So,
well,
and I just see his maturity. You can hear him in his interviews. He's
who?
Romo. He's just grown up. He grew up in front of our eyes. Like, he's grown up.
I don't know how much I'm buying into that. I just
you don't think he's grown since he got in the league?
Well, we know he's grown, but I don't think that really matters. I think that's just a natural progression for anybody.
Yeah, but that's okay, fine. And I'm just saying he's getting to that point now where he's going to be able to balance the maturity with his talent. He had the talent. I never questioned his talent, but now the maturity, the decision making, that stuff, the same stuff we just talked about. Can you say he's making better decisions now or not?
The fact that he fumbled the ball in his first playoff game had nothing to do with decision making. That had absolutely nothing to do with it. But
I don't trip. Me personally, I don't trip on that. I just laugh at it. I clown him for it, but I'm not saying, oh my God, he's not whatever. But there are times where you guys got the same talent. Wow. Essentially, you don't think DeMarco Murray. I think he's more valuable than you think he is, but he didn't get hurt. But him not getting hurt was plus 4 games.
Well, him not getting hurt, and we got a new offensive line. So
I don't think your offensive line is that good.
Absolutely, it's better. It's absolutely way better than Detroit ever had in his life.
Okay,
it's way better.
Can we talk about that after the break? He's wrapping me up.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so after the break, and before we go to the break, Mo brings in Dunkin' Donuts on Sundays, and every now and then he brings in some munchkins. And Steve, not even trying to share with your boy. And the box say share. I'm reading the box, share. Steve like that. Word. All right, so maybe I'll get a munchkin during the break.
things must come to an end, except his. When he's involved, the unthinkable thinks. He is your favorite person's favorite person. He is the most interesting fan in the world.
I don't listen to internet talk radio often, but when I do, I listen to the All Access 660 network. Keep listening, my friend.
It's time to get buttery.
I have no idea what we start.
I think we should have everybody here one day. Free for all. No commercials.
That would be
Straight
the
through.
day I take off.
You know what?
That would be the day I take
You
off.
deserve yet another day off, bro. Dude, if you're a great orator and you could memorize your statement, fine. If you can't, you can't. I just need the fact. What did I say when you called me earlier this week? You had a problem. What did I say? Lower your expectations.
What my expectations?
That's all you
What
got.
you said. Listen, we're gonna disagree on that, and that's fine. We just have different philosophies. If somebody agrees with you, I got a tweet that
course
said, "To let that man
got
read
what?
his." A tweet.
What? Yeah. Did you?
The in full disclosure.
Two minutes after the hour, back to the In Full Disclosure show as we start our second hour. Before we went to the break, we were talking about the Cowboy Green Bay game today. And I know you were talking about Tony Romo and his maturity and where you think he has grown to. Yes, he's grown. We agree.
Let's just say this, right? Not talent wise, just pure talent.
Mm-hmm.
Cutler might have more of arm talent than him.
I think he has more arm talent than most people in the NFL.
Okay, but I like to compare the two.
Okay.
Personally, I kind of see the same player. And the difference in their team success is the fact that Romo right now is making great decisions. And he's
Okay.
And I think that's and maybe maturity might be the wrong word I'm using, but I don't think so, but it might be the wrong word. But, there's a guest here.
We have a guest in the building outside of Cowboy Joe.
He's downstairs. Oh, wow.
Is it a Patriot fan?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
I think that the maturity is there's just a difference in the growth.
Okay.
Where Cutler is a guy who wants to do it his way.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
And I think Romo was a guy who wanted to do it his way.
Right.
But now he's doing it the right way. He is. If you don't say, and I'm big up in your guy.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking it's more the fact that he really has an offensive line. If we go back and we look at Tony Romo's career, the guy has been a Houdini, a magician, getting out of scenarios because the offensive line was so bad and he was always under duress. This is a year where he has not been under duress. Last week, he was under the most duress I've seen him all season, probably since the first game of the year, and that was because he couldn't move when they played against the 49ers.
When you lost?
Yeah, when they lost to the 49ers.
Okay.
He just was not under duress, and I truly believe that that's why you're seeing a different Romo, because he doesn't have to make all of these magician plays all the time. Yeah. I truly believe that.
Okay.
I don't necessarily believe that's it has anything to really do with that.
I don't use the N word, and I hope that my mom's not listening. Front running ends in the building right now. What's up with you, brother? What's going on? Boy, the Patriots winning dudes come out the woodwork.
Our partner just came in. Our boy Sai just walked in. He's a big Patriot fan. You want a mic?
Sure, why not? You need to slide right there.
Yeah, we got to get these mics to work for you.
Oh,
But
my
actually, we'll
he done knocked the camera down.
Knocked the camera off. Y'all stay with us for a minute. We'll just continue to talk for now. But, yeah, our boy Cy just walked in the building. He's a big Patriots fan. And, I was actually surprised because I was talking to him a little bit yesterday. And we were talking about the game. And, did you get a chance to watch the whole game?
Not the whole game.
Not the whole game?
Not the whole game.
Nah. Well, you missed a pretty good game, actually. And we are going to get your mics together. And we're gonna get you on the air in a second.
That's what happens with live radio, right?
Absolutely, live radio is how it goes. But yeah, you should be good now. You should be able to just talk directly into that one. But welcome.
No problem. Thank you very much.
We talked about your Patriots already. We talked about the fact that they won. We talked about the fact that Tom Brady is going to be going to his 4th consecutive AFC Championship game. I said that.
Nobody be shocked, are you?
I said Tom Brady. Yeah, that way we can get you some camera time because the camera's over here.
Yeah,
keep coming all the way around.
I was drinking last night, but I'm getting sick because of all the waves up there. Want y'all to see that out there. I'll just throw up. Don't think it's me. You know what I mean?
I even said that your boy was great, one of the greatest to ever do it.
You wasn't happy about saying that, though.
Why was I not happy? I don't have a problem giving the guy credit. He's what he is. I mean, he's a great quarterback. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, all of that stuff. I just don't think he's better than Peyton Manning. And that's obviously that's just a preference thing at the end of the day. And me and Sue were going back and forth. And I said to him, what else do you want me to give you? Like, I said he's great. He's first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best I've ever seen do it. What else you want me to give him? It's what it is.
And Peyton always had better.
And that's the argument he tried to give. But
Peyton could have took Tom's team and did the same thing?
I don't care because at the end of the day, we won't ever know that, right? So you can ask those questions, and it's a fair question to ask, which is fine. It's fine because then I'll say, well, you know what? Brady always had better coaching. I'll automatically go there and say that. And it's not even a conversation. So, but you're not going to care about that. So we
Peyton under 500 in postseason.
Oh my God, it's a team game. It's not.
Now it's a team.
It's always a team game. I state this on these mics. Why you got me elevated? Why you bring him in?
When he threw for almost,
why you let him know? Why you bring him in?
When the guy threw for down there 7,000 yards in the season, it was talking about how great Peyton was. You ain't see how great the team did.
Have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Guy throw for 60, 80 touchdowns in one season. You ain't say, oh, the team had 80 touchdowns. Oh, Peyton had 80 touchdowns. So I wish people would make their mind up.
Well,
isn't that what they said, right?
Here's the thing, right? So the debate is it Brady or is it Belichick? Because I remember Belichick in Cleveland. He sucked.
I think it's both.
No, he actually didn't. The team wasn't that good. Belichick was actually okay in Cleveland.
Oh, well, first off, now I'm going to jump on you.
And
I tried to help you.
No. I'm saying
I'm about to jump on you now.
I like Belichick.
Okay, but look, Belichick and all his schemes and defense and stuff, they wasn't stopping nothing yesterday. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Nothing. Right, exactly. So is it Brady or is it Belichick?
I think it's both of them. I think they runs go hand in hand.
Right, but you said clearly the coaching. He's
because
a better coach than Dungy.
I think it's oh yeah, clearly. Belichick is probably the greatest coach I've ever seen.
Did you forget about Bill Walsh?
Like I said, Belichick is probably the greatest coach. No, I'm not kidding.
You gotta be
Listen,
kidding me.
this
Bill
guy
Walsh had better talent.
This guy's schemes, I have to give him credit for it, and I can't stand the Patriots, but it's really his system, which is why I have an example because he got this kid all of this money. What was his name? Who came in for Brady the year he got hurt?
Castle.
Yeah, Matt Castle. He got him all this money.
Next year.
They won 11 games. 11 games and got this dude paid all his money through that system.
Okay, you guys are going to stop being disrespectful right now.
That's not being disrespectful.
Stop it.
Somebody can be better than somebody, so it's not being disrespectful.
How many Hall of Famers did your coach have?
We're still running the West Coast offense that he created. What's the defensive offense Belichick created? Just tell me the name of it.
That means something to you, Sue?
Does it? What?
How many Hall of Famers
What do you mean does that mean something to me?
How many Hall of Famers these guys coached?
Greatest wide receiver of all time.
Quite-
Somebody will tell you he had the greatest quarterback of all time in Joe Cool. We just talked about him.
You don't think he's the greatest quarterback by far?
I said somebody would tell you.
Okay, you don't think he's the greatest quarterback by
I
far?
didn't say that I think it. I said someone would tell you.
In
that.
other
Ronnie
words,
Lott.
He had
Ronnie-
quite a few Hall of Famers.
How many more Hall of Famers?
Stop it.
How many more? Name them. I gave you the 3. Name the rest of them.
Defensively, Charles Haley.
Well, wait. He
was
came
great
through.
there.
How
He was
about the
great
other-
there. He was great in Dallas.
Okay, so
but-
right.
but
So
you gotta give him the credit for it.
How about the
but
other
he was
receiver
great
on the
there.
other side of
John
Jerry?
Taylor's
John-
not a Hall of Famer. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not.
What's the other dude that's the quarterback, the lefty
The
dude?
running back. Joe,
Yeah, we'll get to Roger Craig and that group in a minute.
Yeah, but
Steve
I think
Young.
Yeah, but I think
Steve Young.
Steve Young's chip was with George Seifert.
But it started under.
He was the backup.
Wow.
He was at Tampa. How good was he at Tampa?
I don't even remember him at Tampa.
He was at
truthfully.
Tampa Bay first.
I don't remember him at
Before the USFL, he was at Tampa.
But so here's the thing.
We have,
So
you guys have a lot of Hall of Famers.
Who made Steve Young? Did the coach make Steve Young? Because he was at Tampa and he sucked.
So here's the thing. It's not
Really?
being disrespectful to Bill Walsh because I think that Belichick's a better coach. It's
slow
not being
down.
disrespectful. It's just that in my personal belief, I think this guy's the greatest. I'm even saying it over Tom Landry. And I'm a Cowboy guy, and I'm saying it over Tom Landry.
But why wouldn't you say that?
Now that's being disrespectful.
As you should.
See that's being disrespectful.
Why would you say that, sir?
Anyway, Si, how do you feel about the fact that you're going to get the Colts and or Peyton Manning in your building next week? How do you feel about that?
I'm more comfortable with that. I was more scared of them. I was more scared of this game yesterday than these guys. They don't score enough.
You don't think nobody scores enough?
No.
You don't think
But
anybody
actually-
scores enough
actually-
points?
Actually, the Colts defense
Stinks. Colts are not that good. Let's be clear about that. Let's be honest about it.
And Denver defense is not that good.
Well, I think Denver's defense is going to be a little better than you think today because they
It's
got
not
the
nowhere
week
near,
off.
It's nowhere near as,
We
as-
agree.
as good as Baltimore.
We agree.
No, not even close.
But the problem with Baltimore, we talked about this earlier, the reason y'all won that game was because Baltimore went into that stupid prevent zone. And when that happened, what it did was it allowed Tom Brady to all of a sudden start his dink and dunk crusade.
Well,
and
that's what he
it
does.
worked. No. But the first half, they played man. He couldn't do dink and dunk, and they were getting pressure on him. So to me, it was a coaching mistake by the Harbaugh coach yesterday, Jim or John, whichever one it is. John. It was a coaching mistake in my opinion because they were up 14, and then all of a sudden they want to go to this zone. No, kill them. That's the one thing I'm going to give the Patriots credit for, and I kind of said it earlier. You have to beat them. You can't try to get field goals and ease your way to a win or limp your way to a win. You got to beat them. You absolutely have to beat them, which is why if I go back and look at history, they have tons of 3, 2, 1 point victories.
Yeah.
Because you have to beat them.
So you don't kick that field goal?
No. I'm not saying you don't kick the field goal, but I think what happened was they changed their defense, and I don't think and then they ran the ball a lot in the second half yesterday. You know how I feel about that, right? As I watched Tom Brady throw the ball 50 times yesterday, and at one point he had threw the ball probably 23 times in a row. In a row.
Yeah, but if you asking them to play the way they played in the beginning, they ran the ball in the first half too.
Not saying
that's
that
how
they
they got
didn't.
to that 14-point lead.
I think it was a combination of both.
Right, it was. So
But then
I
they
wouldn't
started running
abandon
the
the
ball.
run.
I didn't say abandon it, but to me, they went into a run-heavy offense, and to me, that's a mistake.
They had 100, 120-something yards rushing.
And the bulk of that was in the first half.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean they played.
Well, you keep the ball out of Tom's hand, which is smart. You run the ball.
See, I don't believe that. You outscore them. I don't believe. I believe you got to outscore them. I truly believe
That's
you
just
have
like
to
saying.
outscore
Well, that's
them.
just like saying trying to outscore Mike.
Let's leave Mike out of this.
What's the difference? You got to outscore Mike.
No. There's a clear delineation. Let's leave Mike out of this.
Yeah, for all the people out there listening, it's about to get ugly.
Yeah, it's not gonna get ugly because we're gonna leave Mike out of this.
You say Mike. If you want to get Mo mad, say something bad about Mike.
You said outscore. That's like trying to outscore Mike. Mike, Kobe, whoever.
Security. All right.
Can we just turn? Who do you have in the Cowboys Green Bay game today?
Oh, definitely Green Bay.
Why?
Green Bay's a better team.
You think Green Bay's a better team?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it's not even a conversation?
Not even a conversation.
Really? Okay. What makes them a better team? They got a better what?
Their offense is way better than Dallas.
Really?
Dallas scores. Yeah, Dallas scores, but Green Bay's offense is way better.
Really?
Yeah.
They got a better quarterback. That's about where that conversation ends.
Have a way better quarterback.
That's about
No,
where
I'm
that
not even going to say
conversation.
way better.
But that's about where that conversation ends.
Oh man, I love it.
And I, if you want to tell me you have a better defense, it's marginal. It ain't way better. It's marginal.
No. It's not marginal.
It's where's Green Bay? This is the thing. I don't know why everybody's afraid of Green Bay. Y'all let Aaron Rodgers mesmerize y'all because he makes a statement week 3, relax. Now all of a sudden everybody's mesmerized by this guy like he's some Houdini or something.
What, did he lie?
It's like he's some Houdini.
Well, you didn't answer what. Did the guy lie?
Did he lie about what? He just said relax. That's just a
he
statement.
lost 2-3 in a row. He told everybody to relax, and look what happened. He turned around 12-4.
You know what? That little pixie dust that he done sprinkled on all
Pixie
y'all.
dust.
Oh, absolutely, it's pixie dust. And on top of that, nobody wants to even address the fact that the guy ain't played. He ain't practiced all week. Actually, 2 weeks he ain't practiced. And the last time we saw him, he could barely get up and down the field. It matters. It absolutely matters. And for you not to give the Cowboys any chance to win today, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Does Green Bay have a chance to win today?
They absolutely have a chance. They're at home in that 10-degree weather. Absolutely, they got a chance to win today.
Now the weather's
it absolutely matters. It's a factor.
Football's played outside.
Bro. Well, no, not in the playpen.
For you prima donnas,
not in the $1 billion playpen.
For you prima donnas, would the weather need to be 70 degrees outside?
Because the reality is, you want your players to be at optimum condition. It just blows my mind that you wouldn't want to have the best conditions overall. It blows my mind for anybody not to understand that.
Football's football, bro.
What does that mean? You're not going to put your basketball players outdoors in 20-degree weather?
Basketball's not played outside.
You play outside basketball. Why is it not?
Basketball's not played outside. Cut it out, bro.
Put it all indoors.
Okay. Now listen, this show just got live. Size in the building. What are we talking about next? What are y'all arguing about next?
We got to get to the last game, the Colts Patriots, and then we're gonna get to some NBA.
All right, so we'll be back talking all that. Size in the building. Text me on the chat stream and let me know what's going on. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
What's up?
21 minutes after the hour, back to the In Full Disclosure Show. Again, we have two special guests in the building. Our partner Size here in the building. Big time Patriot fan is here today. He came to
Only Patriot fan I know.
Only Patriot fan I know as well. And I give him credit. He's been a Patriot fan a long time because I've known him a while. So I definitely give him credit for
Tony
that.
Eason over there. I feel you.
Well, I don't know if he was a Patriot fan
Yes,
then.
Tony Eason, Steve
I don't know if you
Rhodes.
go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
All
we
right,
had-
all right,
we-
all
It
right.
sound good. I ain't
we
gonna
had-
blow his spot up though.
We had Doug Flutie on our bench. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't know
okay,
that.
okay.
I ain't gonna blow his spot up, but
Actually-
it sounds
And the
good.
red Patriot jerseys are dope.
Right.
No doubt.
They
Actually,
dope.
even before Bledsoe, a lot of people don't know we had this cat called Hugh Millen that started before
Oh,
Bledsoe.
Hugh Millen. Wow, you taking it back.
Yeah.
What was the receiver? My man.
Stanley Morgan,
No,
Steve
yup.
Rogan, them. Yeah.
The other kid later on.
Irvin.
Yup, Irvin.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
Hugh
give
Millen,
you that.
actually, after we cut the cat loose and picked up Bledsoe, Hugh Millen went to Dallas.
That's where he went.
Yeah, he went to Dallas.
I'm not gonna blow his spot. But we got our special guest Size. Obviously, he's running down his Patriot.
His patriotism.
His
Okay, I feel
patriotism.
you.
Go
I
back a
feel you.
little. Matt Kavanaugh.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's when I was a short.
We also got Cowboy Joe in the building. He's still here with us today, without question. He's
Steve Grogan.
He's here. He's our support staff. He's down with listen. He's down with Governor Christie right now.
Let me tell you this, right? And this is why everybody out there listening to us should realize that you are the boss. Because if I had any say so, that thing would be on the
I am
table.
not why?
That thing right there.
Why? He ain't bothering nobody.
I'm itching. What is that?
Cowboy
I'm
Joe.
breaking out.
You see it? You see him right, Dada?
Yeah, I was looking at Melo. I'm sitting there saying, is Philly better than the Knicks?
We're gonna get to that.
Ooh.
Give me 2 minutes.
They just
I
won,
promise
too.
we're gonna go there because we got some
Two in a
stuff. We
row.
got some Kentucky stuff to talk. Quick question: Cowboys, Green Bay. Who you got today, Sue?
Green Bay.
You got Green Bay.
Well,
You
I
give
told you that
Cowboys any
earlier.
chance?
Yeah, I do, though.
Okay,
I
all
do.
right.
I do.
Obviously, I got Dallas. Whether it's with the heart or whether it's because I really believe it, and I think I've been telling you for weeks that I'm not afraid of Green Bay. So, I definitely have the Cowboys.
But let's
today.
just let me just touch on one thing before you get to basketball.
Well, no, we got one more game to go to too. But go ahead.
Okay, so one more Cowboy thing.
Yes.
Did Jerry Jones pay somebody last week?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Did he pay somebody last week?
Let me say this. Should they have picked the flag up? No. Did it look really funny? Absolutely. Did the call make? Listen, it was the first thing that came out of my mouth was somebody made the call. Yo, we gotta get these. That can't happen. But after analyzing the play, if they were gonna call anything, they should have called the 5-yard holding call, and I would have been okay with that. If they would have picked the flag up and said, "Hey, it's a 5-yard holding and not pass interference," I'm okay with that. But they missed that. They missed the face mask by the offensive guy, and then they missed the actual pass interference.
So let me tell you everything that happened. They also let Dez run out there with no helmet on. Yell
yeah,
at them.
that to me is not that big of a deal because the rule says it's at the coach's at the referee's discretion. So to me, I don't care about that because it didn't hurt the game at all. So
You're not supposed to do it.
I'm not. No. It's at the referee's discretion. So it's not an actual hard fast rule. So that and that's my defense to that is that the referee can say, all right, I'm not gonna give him. I'm gonna make him get off the field, and I'm not gonna give him a penalty because. Do we really want that 15 yards to make the difference in a game because of that? Really?
Well,
At the end
Dez
of the
should
day?
have known better.
I'm not saying, listen, Dez is dead wrong. He's dead wrong. I can't even defend it. He's dead wrong. But do we really want that to be the reason?
Well, I'm surprised that you were even.
I
willing
respect
to
him a lot
admit
more.
that.
Right, I respect him a lot more.
Right.
I'm objective.
Right.
I
Stop.
definitely respect him a lot more for that.
You were objective in this situation.
I'm
but to call
objective.
yourself objective
I'm absolutely
overall
objective.
is ridiculous.
Now, you know what it is? Because the game is over. So you can say, okay, well,
We won, so whatever you want to say.
Well,
we got to-
here's the deal, right? And we should have been talking about that. Here's the deal. Detroit could have gone for it on 4th and 1. They decided not to. We went for it on 4th and 6 when we needed to. They could have gone for it on 4th and 1. They did not.
Detroit played horribly. A 10-yard punt. They
10
deserve
yard-
to lose.
Right.
They
So
deserve to lose. I'm
that's
not
why
with that.
The point
But
that
I'm
play.
just saying that one play.
Listen,
that
it
play
was
it's a
bad.
momentum.
It's
It's a
bad.
momentum change. That's
and
a momentum
that
change.
play matter. As bad as they played.
It was bad.
As
Absolutely.
bad as they played, they still. Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know what the outcome would have been.
They had 8 minutes.
Momentum means momentum. I don't care how you draw that up. That one little incident changed.
They were winning already. So it wasn't like they were losing. They were winning. They weren't losing the game. They were up 3 at the time.
I just want to ask you that.
Go for fourth and 1. Listen, I get it. Go for 4th and 1. Line up and go get the tough yard. Right? Go do it. Then you got the ball back. You had a chance to win it. And on top of that, our rookie gave the ball back to you after you fumbled it and gave you another opportunity with first down. And what do? You fumble it again. What else do you want us to do?
I just asked about the call.
Still momentum changer.
That's all.
Somebody got paid.
Oh, listen, I'm not going to tell you that they didn't. I am not going to tell you that
Jerry
somebody.
Jones is in oil, right?
Listen, yes.
Free gas for a year.
And ho. Nobody mentioned this. You know, this was a whole new crew of referees.
Well, but that's what they do, though, for the playoffs.
No, they usually actually have.
Nah, it's a combination.
These guys never
like
work
all-stars.
together.
It's an all-star crew. That's how they do it.
It's like all-stars.
Yeah,
So
that's how they do it. And
they
maybe that's the rule,
they
right?
shouldn't.
Maybe you shouldn't do that because then you won't have that because here's the deal. Had he not made the call, would we be having the same discussion? Do you think the outrage would have been the same had he not said that it was a pass interference call and then picked the flag up?
Me just being a fan, I understand that you got to play the ball.
Well,
so I would have said, why ain't they call it?
That's not true either. That's not the rule. The rule says that as long as you're not touching the defender, I don't have to look at the ball. I do not. As long as I'm not touching the defender.
Well, what's the face guarding rule?
There is no face guarding rule in the NFL. College,
anymore.
There is.
Anymore. But
in
you
the
still
NFL,
have to play. Yeah.
You do not. As long as I'm not touching the offensive guy, I can do this all day long. As long as I'm not touching him. As long as I'm not touching him. That's what the rule is. Yeah. See, that made me get technical because I knew. I went and did my research because I knew we were going to get here at some point in time. All week, I kind of had to deal with that.
Did he hold?
Oh, he absolutely held.
Okay.
And that was the first thing that should have been called was 5-yard holding call. Okay. Without question, the first thing that should have been called. But then I'm also going to ask for the face mask, too.
Well, actually, he was pushing the guy up off him. The guy was holding on.
No. He held him, got away, grabbed the face mask, which actually pulled him into him for the actual pass interference, in my opinion. This is how the pass interference happened because he had the face mask, which means now the guy is trying to get away from the face mask and pulled him into him. Just what I saw. They lost.
And you're happy.
Extremely.
Okay.
Colts at the Broncos today. We giving Andrew Luck any chance today?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? What do they have?
Yeah. If the Colts go out there and don't turn the ball over, they can score with Denver.
Okay, I don't disagree with you.
Right. If they go out there and just don't turn the ball over.
But he's going to turn it over. That's what he does. What, he got like 19 turnovers this year?
That's why I said if he doesn't turn the
ball over. But he does, so we got to assume that
so
he will, right? When do
play.
we stop giving this guy a pass? When do we stop giving him a pass? They make him out like he's the greatest thing. Just like he turns the ball over a lot, and he gets excused for it.
This is why I said if he doesn't turn the ball over, then they have a chance. If he turns the ball over, they're gonna get ran out of there.
I'm not gonna say they're gonna get ran out of there because I'm worried about Peyton Manning. I am, and I've said this to him, and I haven't said it to you. I'm worried that this might be it.
Peyton said he's coming back next year.
Yeah, I don't know if Peyton should be making that statement because if Peyton doesn't look good today and they lose, or if he goes to Foxborough next week and doesn't look good and they lose, or even if he gets a Super Bowl and he don't look good, he shouldn't come back. He should retire. It's over. It might be over for him. And it's just physically, it's just maybe over. I've been watching him the last probably 4 or 5 weeks, and it just doesn't look good. And they said that they dumbed the offense down a little bit, and they started running the ball a lot more on purpose. But to me, that's because this guy ain't who he was, and you know it, and you're hiding him. Now he had an extra week.
Trying to protect him.
Yeah, he had an extra week, so maybe he won't be physically tired this week. But that arm looks bad, man. It looks bad.
Well, if they get a defense where they blitzing him all day and they getting after him, it can get ugly. If he don't start nickel and diming his way up instead of.
But that's not who he is, though.
Right. That's what.
He's absolutely.
That's Tom Brady to me.
He's a nickel and dimer, dude. He's not throwing more than 25-yard pass.
Right. But to me, nickel and dime is throwing a 3-yard pass.
Okay, well now you can catch.
That's what Tom Brady does all day. He throws that 3-yard slant.
He 5,
all day,
6
and
yards.
these guys run 10, 15 yards. Welker made a living off of it. Let's be clear about it. Wes Welker made a living off of throwing the ball 3-4 yards, and the guy runs after the catch. That's what it is.
You let this guy. So in other words, you throw 3 yards to Wes Welker, This guy I'm sure he runs about 4.8, 40.
Doesn't matter. He gets away from the first defender. It doesn't matter how fast he is. Once he gets away, he's going to have space.
You let some guy run 4.8, 4.9, 40, run down the field 15 yards.
A living doing it.
Cut it out.
I watched Gronkowski last night do it. He made a living doing
That's
it.
my favorite thing he said. Cut it out.
Who you got in today's game? You got who? Who you think is going to win? That's the question.
I think Denver's going to win, but I would like to see the Colts.
Okay.
I'm almost with him, but I want to see Peyton Manning lose in Foxborough again. That'll be great for me. So I'm taking Denver.
You're taking Denver.
Yes.
He don't want to see Peyton Manning come there because he know they got a chance to beat him. Colts have no chance to beat him.
Why? Tom is 12-4 against Peyton.
Yeah, I don't care about that because
Yeah,
Tom's not playing against Peyton.
yeah.
Tom playing against the defense that Peyton has on his team.
Wow,
I don't care what that number says.
Wow, 12-4 means
it's a wasted.
absolutely nothing.
It's a wasted stat. Watch your. It's on the pen. It's a wasted stat.
Yeah, I know.
It's
So the
useless.
whole-
It's one of them useless stats that people throw up, and you know how I feel about useless stats. Both
Right.
of you know
So-
how I feel
So
about
the
it.
whole team has 60 touchdowns. When Peyton,
Yes.
when Peyton threw 60.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Let's talk a little NBA.
I like that point though. I like that right there. Because you will.
Of course you
No,
do.
but you would tell me. You'd be like, "Oh, look at the guy's numbers. They ain't
Well,
got no
because
numbers."
If we're looking at
He
the
don't-
individual, yes. But when we're
are they his numbers or are they the team's numbers?
well, they're his numbers, the individual
Don't
numbers.
stop saying team.
But
every
12,
time.
but the 12-4 record is a team record. It's not an individual record. It's a team record. Two totally different things.
Yeah, when Peyton throw for 400 yards, you hollering about guy have 400 yards. You ain't say the team had 400 yards.
Let's talk about Kentucky real quick.
Thank you, Rasul.
Kentucky yesterday
Anytime, brother.
played their second SEC game, and I predicted that Kentucky's going to go undefeated. And they won a double overtime game yesterday. Second SEC game, second time they've been in overtime. They won a double overtime game that they could have very easily lost yesterday. Did you get a chance to watch the whole game?
The whole game.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? I didn't watch the whole game. When I thought it was over,
You
I walked
actually
away.
thought that game. Why would you ever think that game was over?
I want to say Kentucky might have been up 4 or something. With
And you thought it was over?
So I walked away and I came back. I was like double overtime. I had no idea it was double overtime.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So my contention here has been that the Kentucky Wildcats could beat the Philadelphia 76ers. By the way, who've won 2 games in a row now. Who knew? Blow them up. I mean,
So they can beat the Knicks then.
and that's exactly where I was headed. They absolutely can beat the Knicks minus Carmelo that's being put on the court right now. They absolutely can beat them.
They can't beat them dudes.
Absolutely, they can beat the Knicks.
Dude, first off.
Absolutely.
All right, so if, lightning can strike me 5 times, so I'm not going to say absolutely
1
not.
out of 7 games. That's all I'm asking. 7-game series, they can get 1. That's all I'm asking.
They got to play 7 or they got to play 4 when they get swept.
No, 7 games. 7 games. They're gonna play 7 games. They're gonna get 1.
So they got to play 7 games.
Yeah, that's fine. Whether they win it in the second game or whether they win at number 7, I think they can get 1.
Dude, did you watch the game?
Absolutely, I watched it.
Dude, they had 25 points in the first half. You think Philly's not getting 25 points in the first half?
I don't know what Philly's gonna do.
You got to be kidding me, Mo. Mo, they scoring
It's a
85,
totally
90
different
points.
game, Sue.
Who's scoring?
Totally different
Who's
shot
scoring
clock.
on Kentucky?
Totally different game.
the
The
kid-
spacing is different.
The kid
totally
that looked like
different.
Klay Thompson. What's his name? Booker or somebody?
Yeah,
And the other-
his father was Melvin Booker. Yeah,
And the other twin. The
Williams, whatever.
Harrison. The Harrison. twins.
Nobody else is gonna score on that team. And the big kid from Jersey, I guess he's from.
He's all right.
He might get a couple of points.
Well, who's gonna score on Philly?
They getting 80 a game now.
Who's gonna score? Yeah, but it's a different game though, Sue.
So they don't get 80
First
against
off,
them?
it's 8 minutes less. We start there. It's an 8
What do
minute
you-
less game.
Okay.
Okay. And the zone principles are totally different. And the shot clocks are different. So that's why I'm not going to sit here and try to compare the point totals because it's 2 totally different games.
Tony Roden's not getting
Tony Roden would be the
35
problem.
a game over there.
I keep telling you that's the one guy that I
Okay.
would worry about. The one
Okay.
guy. That's
Okay.
it. But I think they could get 1.
They're not getting the game.
And I know they can beat the Knicks. They might even beat the Knicks too. That's how bad the Knicks look without Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Hate to say, even with Carmelo, they still
Nah.
look bad.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
beat the Knicks though.
No, I'm
with
saying-
Carmelo, they're not.
I'm not saying with them. I said they still look bad.
Oh yeah, they look bad. No, they look bad, dude. They're not beating a pro team though. The difference between pros and collegians is so crazy. It's no stars on Kentucky.
There's no stars on Philly. let's just keep it 100. There are no stars on Philly.
Which one of these dudes is going outside of the big kid because he's big and you think he's just okay? Which
Right.
one of them dudes is it? Carly, what's his name? Carly Red?
Carly
Towns,
Stein.
Whatever his name is, yeah. What?
Willie Cauley Stein is his name.
I'm
It's
sorry.
disrespectful.
Carly Red, my bad. Which one of these
That's a
dudes
chick,
is
by the way.
I know who she is. Which one of these dudes is going pro?
Oh, a lot of them gonna go pro off of that team.
I mean, but which one of these dudes is going to be out any better than any one of these dudes?
That's
on
my
Philly?
point. I don't think any of them are gonna be any better, but I think they're at the same level. That's my point. Like they
Not
got a
at-
chance to beat them.
Not at 18, 19.
Absolutely, they are.
You gotta
Listen,
be
I
kidding
sit
me.
there and I watch that kid with the flat top. It's terrible. For Philly, the number 1 pick from Noel.
Oh, no,
My two dudes in the backcourt are wrecking Kentucky. I don't even need anything from anybody else.
I don't know if Michael Carter Williams wrecking anybody.
yeah,
Wait a
it
minute.
will. Yeah, it will.
He's wrecking them two twin dudes.
What is he gonna
Yeah,
do?
well.
He gonna shoot it?
Yeah, it will.
Oh my
And
God.
Calipari's a better coach than whoever the coach is in Philly.
Yeah, we saw what he did in the pros. Coming up next, last segment, I think. What are we talking about now?
More NBA.
More NBA.
Did Phil Jackson set Fisher up?
Ooh. That's a great tease for somebody who doesn't do radio. We'll be right back after the break.
Forty minutes after the hour, back to the In Full Disclosure Show. Again, we have our special guest in the building, our boy Size here, big time Patriot fan. Cowboy Joe is here today. Before we went to the break, we got a little tease from our guest. Basically, is Phil Jackson setting up Derek Fisher. And we're going to get to that in 2 seconds. But let's talk about the trade that actually happened.
Before we talk about that,
Yes.
So I gave you my two dudes in the backcourt, right? I'm looking at Philly now.
Right.
Which one of them dudes on Kentucky better than KJ McDaniels?
I don't even know who KJ McDaniels is.
He's absolutely better than everybody on Kentucky.
Listen, I'm not saying they gotta be better individually. It's a matter of what they're gonna do as a team.
Okay.
Right?
All
I'm
right.
not.
All right.
Listen, Sue, I'm not telling you they're better players than them. I'm telling you they can win one game. There's a difference.
When they get 16 wins in the NBA, you tell me Kentucky could get 1 win in the NBA.
Yeah.
In 82 games.
Oh, yeah.
No, they can't.
Yes.
They wouldn't beat any.
Yes.
Ever.
He wouldn't beat the Knicks, right?
No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
They wouldn't. Every dude on the Knicks is going to Kentucky starting. Almost every dude.
That don't mean that they can't win a game, Sue.
I mean, well, Lightning can strike me 5 times.
They only got to win one, though. Not 5. Just got to win one.
Okay, I feel you.
That's it.
All right.
82 games? Really? That's been disrespectful.
To Kentucky?
Yeah,
I'm
Kentucky.
disrespecting this college team.
I almost believe that Carolina could win one game, and I don't think they're good enough to win one game. They might be able to
All right,
win one out of 82.
Let's go. We running out of time. Let's go.
All right, the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Oklahoma City Thunder made a trade this week. The New York Knicks basically got rid of some of their garbage. They got rid of J.R. Smith and this guy that I can't stand from Georgia Tech, Iman Shumpert. They sent them over to Cleveland. Why Cleveland did this, I don't know. And then Oklahoma City was able to get Deion Waiters from Cleveland. So it was a 3-team trade. Now, the question, first off, how do you guys feel about the trades? Like,
I didn't really understand it until, like, if they're still viewing Shumpert as a defensive player, I get it.
Right. I'm still trying to figure out name one guy Shumpert actually has stopped.
Okay, so, right. And Waiters and J.R. Smith is the same dude.
Player, yeah.
So I
They're both going to go out there and chuck.
And J.R. Smith said it.
oh, J.R. Smith, famous quotes. When in doubt, shoot.
Shoot.
Because they were asking him about he said he didn't really know the offense. He said, listen, when in doubt, shoot.
And I ain't got a problem with that.
Well,
J.R. is actually better than he's better than Deion.
I agree with you on that.
Right. Okay, but I'm saying they're the same type of player.
Right.
Same
Yeah.
type of player. J.R. is actually more athletic. He's bigger.
Yeah.
And he's a lot stronger.
If he decided that he wanted to play defense, like we think JR, we talked about this before. If somebody got in JR's ear, he'd be a way better player than he is right now.
Oh, for sure. He could be a bootleg, what's the kid out in your boy, Jamal Crawford.
Don't do that.
He could be a bootleg
Don't
Jamal
do that.
Crawford.
Don't do that.
No,
Don't do
he
that.
can't.
He
Jamal
don't got
got-
none of the boogie that. He got
Bootleg
none
Jamal
of the boogie
Crawford.
that Jamal got.
For one, Jamal get out there in the court, you can go ahead and put 24, 25 down.
He's a professional scorer. I have grown to love Jamal Crawford.
Regularly.
I have grown to love him.
Regularly.
Right. If you walked in that room and said, Jamal, we need 25 tonight.
Oh, yeah, he going to get it.
He'd be like, all right.
He probably get you 35, but he going to get the
It's not
25.
even a conversation. But all right, coach, got you.
And you trying to tell me if we told JR we need to get you, you need
How
to
would
get
he
20
get
tonight?
it, though? How would he get it?
Don't matter how he going to get him. He going to shoot
On
until he
1,000
get it.
shots.
He going to shoot till he
That's
get
the
it.
point.
Yeah, but
Jamal ain't going to take Jamal 1,000
he'll
shots
mess
to
the
get
game
it.
up. JR will mess the game up, take
Okay.
the way he shoots.
That's fair. So now to the next part of it. You think Phil Jackson, and this is my assumption because you asked the question, was Phil Jackson setting up Derek Fisher?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
By making him, so I would say yes, only not for the same reason, but by making him use that triangle, and we talked about this, then he can't win with that because you need the right players to play that system. So from that aspect, yeah.
I don't think he is, and I don't have a problem with him making him use the triangle.
Actually, and it's crazy how you making somebody do something without the plays that you need.
Well, but here's the deal.
Can Matt Bonner go over there and run a triangle with these
Well,
guys?
that's why they wouldn't have Matt Bonner. And this is why I don't think that he's setting up Derek Fisher. What everybody's doing right now is they're judging Phil Jackson on the fact that they have 5 wins. And he even came out and took the weight for it yesterday himself. But that's what GM has supposed to do. But the problem is that he had to clean the dead weight that was there before him. So all of the stuff that was there before him, he got to figure out how to get rid of it so that he can infuse his own talent. And I'm thinking that he's getting this cap room. He's getting they're going to have their first round pick this year, which they won't have next year, but they'll have it this year. Why not get into the Jahlil Okafor or the Okafor? It's Jahlil Okafor, right? Lottery. Why not? Right? So you want to be as bad as possible. So I wouldn't even care if I'm a New York Knicks fan how bad the Knicks are. I wouldn't care. Now, I would only care if I bought that season ticket. Then, yes, I'm going to care, but I'm going to still come and watch LeBron when he comes in town. I'm going to still come watch Blake Griffin, Steph Curry when they come in town. I get it. But as far as the Knicks winning games, Shut Carmelo down. What are we doing? So, no, I don't think he's setting him up. I think he's cleaning house because he has to, is what I think he's doing. And I don't think we should be judging him right now based upon what he's doing because he had to get rid of this dead weight that he had.
I got a better question for you. In 2 years, let's assume they got Okafor.
And they're going to get Kevin Durant. Go ahead.
They're not doing that.
Okay.
But
Now
let's
they go
assume,
to DC.
Maybe.
let's assume they got everybody you think they get. Does your boy come out the booth like Pat Riley did?
No. He's too old.
Okay.
And physically, I just don't think he can do it, which is why I don't think he did it with this team. I think it was a factor. I think he knew the Knicks were going to be bad. On top of that.
Is that more of the factor?
Well, I think it was both because I think he knew he was going to strip the team down. I think he pretty much saw what he had, knew they weren't going to win, even though outwardly he said they were going to make the playoffs, but he kind of had to know that they probably were not.
You didn't think they were going to be a 5-win team, though, no matter who they had.
No. Definitely didn't, but it doesn't matter. Be the 5-win team right now.
Okay, but I'm saying I don't think that he thought they were going to be a 5-win team.
Agreed.
And the East, he might have said, we're good enough to make these guys be the 8th seed.
But why?
They had the talent.
But why,
Regardless of
though? Why be the 8th seed?
They had the
No.
talent.
The 8th seed means nothing.
Right.
But when I walked into it, I could say we could be the 8th seed. And now we
agree.
only got 5 wins.
We agree.
So
Okay.
you holding that against
No,
them?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not because I think he's stripping the team down. I'm absolutely not. And on top of that, they've been hurt a lot this year. So I'm not holding it against them. And you know what? If they can stay with 5 wins, the better they are for it. Let Philly keep winning 2 games back to back. I don't know how they came in and beat the Nets the other night. And the Nets were up 13 in that game. And by the way, the Nets need to blow up their roster too. They need to blow it up. Right now, blow it up. Ship everybody, including my boy. You know how I feel about Brook Lopez. Ship them all. Blow it up. Start over.
So can Kentucky beat them Nets?
No, they can't. Nets still got Joe Johnson over there. Nah, they can't.
Oh.
And they got Brook Lopez. They can't. They can't beat them.
It's sad. Brook, they sit Brook on the bench. They actually kind of tired of Brook out there.
Well, they set him on the bench because he was coming back from an injury, and they did it with him and Darren Williams, and the team was playing good. So
Boy, and they were
didn't
saying
wanna
Brook
switch.
can't guard nobody.
Well, he's an offensive guy. That's what he is.
Wow, 17 points make you an offensive
Well,
guy.
he is. But he's a 20-point guy though, as for his career. If you go back and look when he's healthy, he's 20 points a night and 8 rebounds probably. That's what he is.
Those 3 days he's healthy?
Darren Williams. See, can we say he's a bust at this point?
He might be finished.
I'm not gonna say he's not playing good. He was never a bust.
He's finished though.
He
was
ain't a
never-
bust.
Why
At one point, they had him elevated as the top point guard in the league. Him and Chris Paul were going back and forth. That's not a bust. Just 3 years later, 4 years later.
he's been hurt.
No, he's finished.
He's hurt. He's been hurt.
Like when Penny got hurt, he was just finished. He wasn't a bust. He's finished. Don't call him a bust. He's finished. If you want to say he's finished, I'm with that.
When T-Mac was hurt, same thing.
He just was finished. His run wasn't what we thought it would be, but
now,
when he was at the
healthy,
top,
yeah, he was balling.
he balled out.
Okay. Couple more questions. Andre Karolinko was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. Supposedly there was a handshake deal that they were going to basically release him. Philly now all of a sudden is looking to figure out how to put him in a trade, so they want to get him in shape and try to get something for him. He refuses to report, so now they've suspended him. Whose side do you guys have?
The team. You signed a contract. You don't believe you should have to live up to a contract?
I believe if you have a handshake deal, and this is what this, and I'm going off the reported thing that there was a handshake deal, and we see this every year, all the time. They release veterans
Off the
all
books,
the time.
right?
Honor your handshake.
Okay, if there was a handshake deal, I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm with you if I told you I was going to do something,
right.
then I should do it.
Okay.
So I agree with that, but I don't know how much I believe it was a handshake deal.
Oh, I absolutely.
I
believe
believe that. I think something was slick being done.
it. Yeah. I absolutely
Something was slick being done. You just automatically just say, "Oh, I'm not going to report you." Something's wrong with that.
And why, if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, do you want him to come there? You're not going to get anything for Andre Karolinko. He's 33 years old. He's been finished probably 3 years himself. Why?
Actually, a little longer
Why,
than that.
as a veteran, why you're going to make a vet come and play on a 7-win team at this particular
And
point
help
with a bunch
you
of
do
young
what
guys
and groom who?
Right. It's not even who he is. It's not even who he is. Why? There's 0 point to this, and now you suspend him.
If there was no handshake deal, honor your contract.
Oh my God! I
I
don't.
If there was no handshake deal, honor your contract.
I can't argue that point with you because you're right? I can't. But why would you do it though? Even if you had the contract and there was no handshake deal, why would you do it if you're the Philadelphia 76ers? What do you think you're gonna get out of Andre Karolinko?
Or how about once the trade was done, you got to come sit on the bench like you're supposed to?
And even if you make me do that, but don't try to put me out there with them young kids. Really? For what?
Well, throw a suit on them and come
Right.
sit on the bench like you're supposed to.
If it means that much to you, for what? To me, I just think it's shady by the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is why that organization is where it is.
I believe it was shady.
If I'm paying you, do what I'm telling you to do.
Well, you should be on the bench with a suit on if you're not playing.
Okay.
He wasn't
But he
on
wants
the
to
bench.
play him, though.
Yeah, and if you healthy and I want you to get in that game, get in the game.
Well, he should have, when he got there, that should have been said.
Right.
I don't think he ever went.
If the handshake deal was done, I'm with you.
Right.
If it
I
wasn't
signed-
though, and you work for me, I don't care what you thinking about. I'm paying you.
And he don't care about that $3.3 million.
He don't.
Trust me, he don't.
Because your boy hooked him up over in Russia anyway.
Exactly.
So
he probably could go back overseas and make another $3 million before his career is over. I mean, he's 33. So Detroit has won 8 out of 9.
Can't wait to get to this stuff.
Josh Smith.
All right, so can
Is
I
he
go?
cancer?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I go? Can I go? Because we talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Before you say one thing, did you see Josh Smith the other day? They got him out of there in 2 or 3 minutes out there in Houston. They threw him in with the garbage time, and he went out there and almost fouled out, and they got him out of there.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Here's what Mo said 2 weeks ago. And we agree that I don't even know if you could have traded him at that number. I think that was the issue. I don't think you could have traded him at that number. So I don't care if you were getting back garbage. Nobody's going to take that $15 million. And so you decided, hey, this dude is the reason why we suck. And your opinion was, well, he the best player, so you can't do that. He might be. You could be the best player, but it not work for your team. And so these dudes are they won as many games as they won all season without him in 2 weeks. And that might be an aberration. I'm not acting like they're going to go 8 out of 9 all the way.
I'm with you.
They were 5, 6 and something with him, and now they won 8 games without him in 2.5 weeks. Yes, he's a cancer. He's a cancer.
But what did I tell you to do, though? I say you don't do it because you owe him that much money and you're eating it. You just sit him home. Sit him at home. Just tell him don't come back. I'm just not cutting him for somebody else to pick up for free. That's what I said. I'm just not doing that. And which surprises me because you are a company guy when it comes to this stuff and you throwing money out the door, just throwing it away.
Yeah, but I think that what wound up happening was you set the example. And
To
so
who?
clearly
To Greg Monroe.
they won 8 out of 9. I don't care if you like these dudes or not. Like, they having some success right now. I don't care if you like them or not. They're having some success right now. They set the example.
But wasn't nobody beating down his door anyway, and he went to Houston because him and old boy is best friends.
Right.
So it wasn't like people was beating down, like, oh, they let the guy go. Yeah, let's get this guy.
Well, no, there were 4 or 5 teams that were interested in him.
Interested in beating down somebody's door.
Well, they all would have taken him. I promise you, they all would have taken him. And yes, is he a cancer? It looks that way. I'm not going to necessarily say it is yet, but it looks that way. I saw an interview with him, and he was basically saying, I'm happy for those guys, and I don't think it was me. He said, I just think that they went on and they started winning. I'm happy for them, just like I'm over here winning, or whatever.
What else is he going to say, though, Mo?
Right, but is he the reason why they winning over in Houston? You're going to say no, right? But he's there. He's not being the distraction to them, a cancer. They're still winning in Houston.
His boy is the star on the team.
No, his boy is not the star on the team, which disgusts me.
Is a star on
Yeah,
that
he's
team.
not even a star anymore. I'm disgusted with him right now.
Can you be the one? Like, they paid him like he was going to be the guy. And this guy can't be the leader. So I'm not acting like Josh shouldn't be in the league.
No, I get
But
it.
if you not I'm not asking Josh to be the leader guy now. I'm asking somebody else to be the leaders. And I just need Josh for your talent now. In Detroit, They were asking him to be the leader,
which was their bad because they shouldn't have signed him in the first place.
They messed up, and that's how they rectified it. We might not agree with that, and that's fine, but that's how they rectified it because he couldn't be the leader. That guy, no matter how much talent he had, he could not be the leader because of his attitude, demeanor, personality, whatever you want to call it.
He couldn't be the leader in Atlanta. That's why Atlanta was happy to wash their hands.
Well, Atlanta won a lot of games with Josh Smith too.
But
Let's not act like that they didn't.
Yeah, but was it Josh or Joe? Wait, you a Joe dude? Who's the dude down there?
Well, we know Joe was the dude down there,
Okay.
but they still won a lot of games with him though.
And I'm not saying you can't win a lot of games with him. I don't know if you can win a lot of games with him being a one. That's the only thing I'm saying. If he's the guy, if he's the leader, can we win a lot of games with him being a leader, or could we win a lot of games with somebody
It's
else?
not fair to
him?
put him in that situation.
Okay, so I think that's what people are finding out. Can he be a complimentary part, or is he going to be the star?
I'm probably just not cutting him this soon. I would have waited until All-Star break and see what I could have pulled out. Couple more questions. Can OKC recover and make the playoffs?
They in trouble.
Yeah,
They in trouble.
they can make playoffs.
They in trouble.
At whose expense? The Spurs?
Oh, no, definitely not at the Spurs.
I tell you what, if they make the playoffs, it's probably going to be at the Spurs' expense.
Nah, we're comfortable over there.
No, you're not comfortable.
We're comfortable.
Sai, you're not
No,
comfortable.
we're comfortable over there.
You're absolutely not comfortable.
We're comfortable over there.
And being a 7 seed, you're not comfortable. It's not even who they're not even gonna win 50 games this year.
Maybe not.
It's not something that we've seen
be
from them. They can't be
right.
comfortable.
I'm glad you know that. I know you guys are accustomed to us winning 50 every year. 20 straight seasons of winning 50. It's not bad.
For all y'all who don't know, he's not only a Patriot fan, he's a Spurs fan too.
Die hard.
oh, my bad. More of a Spurs fan or a Patriot fan?
Spurs.
Wow. Okay.
So right now, the San Antonio Spurs are in the 7th spot, 3.5 games behind the 6th spot, which are the Clippers, which they won't catch, and a game and a half above Phoenix. But only,
And we just jumped on them the other day.
and you're 4 games ahead of Oklahoma City and 3.5 ahead of New Orleans. Trust me, it would be at y'all expense.
Nah, we're comfortable.
Okay.
We're comfortable.
Phoenix, though, their expense first.
22-17. I believe Phoenix is going to get in.
Wow. They got 49 last year.
Yeah, I believe Phoenix is going to get in, and I just believe the Spurs are old. It's done. And I'm mad because I went back on my prediction. You know I want to go back on it, right? Because I predicted the first week or two that they were out of there. Spurs were not making the playoffs. I think I told you this personally.
We were old last year.
Not like now.
We were old last year.
Not like now.
I saw Timmy get a follow-up. He was 3 feet off the ground, 3 inches off the ground, sir.
Well, Timmy never jumped even higher than 4.
Right.
4 inches, even in his heyday.
Right.
I'm going to ask him this question. This will probably shut it down. It's the same question I asked Rasul pre-production today. Better career, Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki?
Respect him.
I'm shocked. Oh, he even stuttered for a second.
No,
I'm
I had
actually
to think about it,
surprised.
'cause
Respect him. He had to think about it.
I give him credit.
And I
Yeah.
thought, I'm going to still go with Tim.
Okay.
Definitely still go with Tim. I did not. Dirk put in a lot of work over there.
Dirk put in work over there.
Oh, I know.
Hey, dudes out here
I know.
disrespecting Dirk. Oh, first off, Dirk is Dirk. Let me ask him. Our time, top 10. Our time. So I start our time with Magic and Bird up. Is he top 10?
No, I'm not going to say Dirk top 10.
I don't know Sue either.
No. I'm not
And
gonna
and
say
we
Dirk.
obviously didn't sit down with, and we can do this when this show is over.
No,
I don't know if he's top 10.
No, I'm not going to say top
At
10.
the end of the day, if Dirk play out this contract, he gonna end up with 30 stacks.
Okay, and I can probably guarantee you.
It's only 2 dudes with 30 stacks in our time.
Listen,
3 dudes. It'll be 3 dudes if he gets in.
I don't care.
4 dudes alone.
Yeah, listen. All I'm telling you, it might even be more than that.
That's only 4.
Because Shaq.
Shaq got 27.
Okay, well, he wasn't better than Shaq. Period. So I don't know if he hits the top 10. If he does, he's at 9 or 10. He's at the very tail end if he makes it at all.
I don't care how I got to the club as long as I'm in the club. I don't care if I came last or first. It's the symphony. I don't care who go first.
I'm
go
gonna
last.
absolutely do this list.
All right. All right, well, Sa, appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you very much, fellas.
Yeah.
You're not gonna thank Cowboy Joe?
What the would I do that for?
Cowboy
what you got
Joe
today?
gonna be sad.
You got what genre today?
It's fairly consistent, man. Got some new
All right.
stuff. Some new
Mo
cool
asks you
stuff.
for stuff. Every time he asks you something, you give it to him. I very rarely ask for anything.
What you need?
No, for next week too.
Okay.
I want to know. I'm going to test your skill and put you on the spot.
Okay.
Can you give me a heavy metal 1 hour heavy metal mix next week?
Sure.
do
Are
it
there
to
any?
yourself.
Is there any particular heavy metal that you request?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that
Yeah.
during the break. All right, Breeze.
Put a little
DBL is up next.
Metallica in there. I like Metallica, man.
A little Metallica.
Yeah, I like Metallica.
You can go. What's the thing? Who's the
Guns
a
N'
little
Roses.
Linkin Park for him?
Oh,
they
okay.
did something with
With
Jay.
Jay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
there you
well,
go, you
I
can
mean,
do that.
but-
we could get creative with it.
Yeah. If you let me know what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to get, man, we can do that. That's what we do here, man.
Hootie.
Ooh, come on.
I mean, or you want to go country because now he country, right? He does country.
Yeah,
he left
yeah,
the
yeah.
blowfish.
Yeah.
And now he, you know. All right. Fully Disclosed is up right now. We are out.
This is something special for you.